Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nick and welcome to another speed build. So for this video, we are in the world of Newcrest and I'm actually working on another base game home for my base game save file that I want to release at some point. And I think that this one is the third, house I'm building for this save file. I think that's correct. And so we are here in the same neighborhood as the other base game houses I have already posted on my channel because I want to work on each neighborhood and kind of fill them up as we go, and as soon as one is fully complete then we can move on to the other. But actually today's video is a bit different because I don't have my webcam on, and I feel that a reason why I'm not very consistent when it comes to releasing videos and doing voiceover is because I have my webcam on and I'm a bit self-conscious when I do that. So because as of lately I'm not really feeling like doing a lot of voiceovers or videos with my webcam on, I thought it would be a good idea to have it off for this one and just have my voice on the video. So I don't know, I hope you don't mind. I'm not really sure if you prefer videos with the webcam on or off, so you can just let me know down in the comment section below. But yeah, for this one I had in mind a family of 2 Sims, and this is actually a house for a single mom and her son. Now when it comes to the dad, I think that he is still in the picture. I don't know if they're divorced or not, or even separated. They might be separated, but you know, the dad is still very present in the son's life and he still has a good relationship with the mom. I don't think they ended their relationship on bad terms, or he is just away for work, so he might be working in another town or another country, and that's why he's not here at the moment. But another thing I had in mind is that the mother and the son have just moved to Newcrest recently, so they're pretty new to the town. So it's not only an adjustment for the dad to move places and, you know, always having to adjust, but also for the mom and the son, they also have to adjust to this new reality of theirs. So there are in a new town, they don't know anybody. The mom might have a new job here. I haven't really thought about her job, but you know, she might have found a new gig, and that's another reason why they decide to move here. But she also has to adjust to her new work environment, but also the son has to adjust to his new school. So that's a very new experience for both of them, and I think that it's a very interesting storyline, and it's also like a bonding situation so that both the mom and the son can relate to each other. But at the same time, that might cause some friction as well because the son is old enough so he does understand what's going on with the situation. So at the same time, there might be some friction between them. The son might be a bit angry and take it on the mom. He might be like, you moved us here, I know nobody, and you know, it's just difficult for me. And I was thinking that the son is a child, so he's very young, like he is in a life stage where he is gonna turn into a teen at any moment. So you know, the teen hormones are starting to kick in, so you know, we have a lot of emotions going on here. But I feel that adjustment is going to be pretty easy for both of them. I don't think they will have any problems, so the son will start making friends soon, so I think that the issue is going to resolve by itself. But here, as you can see, we have this little blue sort of suburban. Initially I had this household made, which I'm going to show you at the end of the video when I'm going to give you a small tour of the house. And I created the household for this house for Simmery Sims's base game save file. Basically, if you don't know, Simmery Sims is creating her own base game save file, and so you can actually use her hashtag she has in her description, I think, and you can create your households and upload them to the gallery, and she's going to take a look and see if she can add your Sims to her save file and build houses. And that's also what I'm doing for my save file. So you can upload your Sims on the gallery. You can use the hashtag I have on the description down below, and I'm going to take a look at the Sims and see whether or not they fit the vibe I'm going for this base game save file. And I might build houses, or I might just have them in the save file like just regular Sims without a specific house designated to them. So yeah, I basically created the Sims for her base game save file, but I don't think that she will add them there. And because I really like the Sims I created, I wanted them to be for sure a part of my base game save file. And for them, I initially was thinking about having a 2-story home, but I tried to build different kind of variations of that house and it wasn't really speaking to me. So instead, I decided to go off of just vibes vibes. I don't think I had a specific reference for this house. I might have found an image on Pinterest and went off of that, but I don't think I stayed true to that. I actually don't remember if I had a reference or not, to be completely honest, but I really like the shape of the house, and it's just a regular blue suburban house. But I think it's so cozy and so charming at the same time. And the issue I had for this one is that we don't have a lot of base game activities for children. So what I did add was the jungle gym at the front of the house. And then initially I wanted to add like a play set, usually find in playgrounds. It's pretty bulky, but I had the space in the backyard, but I decided not to use it because I felt that it didn't really fit. So instead I used a slide toy situation in the backyard, which I thought was fit for children, but only toddlers can use it actually. So that's a bit of a bummer. There aren't a lot of activities here other than indoor activities for the child to do. But as you can see, we have moved on to the living room. It's a pretty big space. So we have the entrance over there with a console table and some knickknacks. I also added the burglar alarm because sometimes I tend to forget, and I feel it's pretty necessary because you don't want burglars to come into your house and steal your stuff, especially when you start just making money and you don't have enough money in your pocket. You definitely don't want Robin coming in and robbing you. So because then you have to replace everything. So, you know, it's a whole thing. Even though I do think that it's kind of a pretty fun gameplay feature, but I don't know. Especially for the beginning, I don't like that happening. But as you can see here in the living room, we have a lot of seating. I did add this little armchair for the child, and then we have a Blarfy as well right next to it, and also we have a toy box there, but because it's right next to the sofa, I'm not really sure if it's accessible. But that's not biggie because I do have another toy box in the kids' bedroom, which is accessible for sure. The one in the living room I forgot to playtest, but the one in the bedroom I did playtest it, and it's very functional. There's also a small office desk situation over there in the living room area because it's a pretty big space, and using only the base game, I wasn't really sure how I could utilize every single corner, because that's what I'm trying to do with my builds, like, because I don't like dead space. I want every room and every corner to have a purpose, but you know, that's not always doable, and that's fine. But you know, that's something I'm trying to do, especially when we have the base game, because we do lack a lot of activities, so I want to add as much as possible. And over here, as you can see, we have moved on to the kitchen, and for this one I used the subway tile that we got with one of the most recent updates. I think we got this update a year ago or so. I think it was almost a year ago. So we have the subway tile in this kind of cream color, like off-white color sort of, and I also used the counters cabinets we got with the same update in this very blue color, and I think that looks so good, and it doesn't look tacky at all. Usually when I use these more colorful counters cabinets, it's for like a more mid-century modern build, but I also felt that it really looked nice here as well. It's a sort of a kitchenette. It's not a lot of space, but we do have a counter left for your Sims to cook. Of course, if you have the cottage living expansion pack, your Sims won't be able to cook together because we don't have a lot of space. I think you need to have 2 or more counters available for your Sims to cook together. But I feel that's fine because after all, it's just a base game house, so it's not meant to work with other expansion packs. But if you have them, it's always good, you know, it just adds a lot more gameplay. But I do feel that I want to do some builds where I do build using only the base game, but I would like to have some expansion packs in mind at the same time. So I might try to do like a sort of business situation with an apartment on top. But you know, if you have only the base game, it will function only as a residential lot, or maybe as a library. For example, if I have decorated the ground floor as a library and then we have an apartment on top, then you can pick and choose which way you want to use it. And if you happen to have the business and hobbies, you can just add the items necessary for it to function as a business and then play like such if you like. Or for example, I could also create base game apartments. So the way that would work would be like you would lock the doors for the apartments you don't want your Sims to live in, and then you can just use the rest of it. However, the lot will be kind of empty because there won't be any other residents on that specific lot. But at the same time, I feel that's fine. So in case you have the for rent expansion pack, you can just arrange each apartment and then you should be good to go. So I think that's also a nice idea. I think that's something I'll try and keep in mind when building the rest of the base game worlds. So, you know, I want the base game worlds to be compatible with other expansion packs as well. But I don't know, just let me know down in the comments below if you think that's a good idea or if I should just focus on like completely base game builds without keeping in mind the rest of the expansion packs, and I'll definitely take that into consideration. But as you can see, we have moved on to the mom's bedroom, or maybe the parents' bedroom when the dad is here. So I really like this color combination because it's not something that I usually tend to go for. I like the darker wood colors with the more cream colors of the woods and the wallpaper, and there's also some pops of light blue and light green or maybe teal colors. And I think that's a very interesting color combination when it comes to the base game, because the base game is very restricted and a lot of the textures look very old and some of the colors are way too bright to look normal, if that makes sense. So I usually use the same swatches when it comes to the base game, which makes things kind of repetitive, but at the same time I don't feel that I have a lot of other options that look good. But speaking of which, here in the kids' bedroom, initially was struggling figuring out the wallpaper I wanted to use because a lot of the wallpapers are kind of funky in terms of the colors they come in. And I found this bunk bed with the green bedding and the very orange wood color. And I loved it so much because it's very different to the wood colors I used for the rest of the house, and I felt that it made it look pretty interesting. But at the same time, we don't have a lot of other base game furniture that come in the same orangey wood color, so that was a bit of a challenge for me to figure out how I wanted to decorate this one. But in the end, I think that it came out pretty nicely. I did use a lot of green, blue, and some pops of yellow here and there, and for a kid's bedroom, I think it's very suitable and very charming at the same time. But we have the same armchair I used for the living room, which, to be honest, I didn't notice when I was building this. I just noticed it when I was looking back on the footage, but it was kind of late for me to change it and have different armchairs in each room because I had already uploaded it to the gallery. So it's gonna be a bit weird. I don't know if you mind it or not, but for this one I did try and add a lot of toys for the kid to play with. We do have some Larfies. We have this sort of like table where they can draw on, I feel. I'm not really sure how they can use it, but it's functional. We also have the dollhouse. We also have a regular desk for the kid to do for the son to do his homework, and there are some other knickknacks here and there to kind of decorate the house a bit more and make it look like a more lived-in space as well. And I think that's gonna be it for the speed build, so let me give you a little tour of the house in real time. So we are here in the game, and as you can see, here is the house, and here is the family I created for this house. We have the mom, whose name is Sophie, and then we have the son, Elio, and they are so cute Sims. I haven't created the dad yet, but you know, if you want to see him, just let me know. I might add it to the gallery. But over here, as you can see, we have a picnic table, we have the mailbox and a trash bin, and we also have the jungle gym over here for the child to use. And over here on the porch, we have some seating space. Here in the backyard, we have a grill. We have another trash bin, a four-seater table. On this porch, I added an art easel and an extra chair over here. And here we have this little toy situation I was talking to you about, but only the toddlers can use it. So unfortunately, the kid won't be able to use it. But underneath this tree, I added some plant boxes, and I think this nook looks so cozy and nice for your Sims to do some gardening. Going into the house, we have this entrance over here with this console table, a mirror, and some knickknacks. And we also have this lunchbox and a school bag for the child sim. Over here in the living room, my Sims are actually watching some TV together, which is so wholesome. And as you can see, we have these three-seater couches. We have the child armchair and also the Blarfy. And here's a toy box that I'm not sure if it's functional or not. Oh, it actually is functional, so that's cool. Over here we have this office desk situation with a pretty old computer and a lamp and some knickknacks. Off of the entrance we have the kitchen with the blue counters. This counter is the one your Sims can cook on, so that's pretty cool. And over here we have a 5-seater table for your Sims to sit down and have their meal. Right here we have a small bathroom with a sink, a toilet, and a bathtub. I didn't add a shower, so that means that your Sims will need a bit more time to take a bath, but I think that's a bit more realistic because this house is not the most updated one, so I think that makes sense. And over here we have the parents or single mom's bedroom. I love the color scheme with the more white wood colors and some more yellowish wood colors because some of the furniture might be a bit more old, and as you can see some of the side tables are chipped. The wood color is a bit chipped, and we also have some other pops of color as well, which is pretty fun and cozy in my opinion. And lastly we have the kids bedroom, and I love the bunk bed and desk situation over here. We have some books because they go to school. We have a Blarfy over here which is so nice. I think we got this one with one of the events if I'm not mistaken. We also have this item over here which is like a drawing table. We have the same armchair like in the living room. There is the dollhouse. We have another Blarfy over here, and we have this dresser with a lamp and some other knickknacks and decorations. And over here we have this mirror which is very fun in color, some other toys. And here is the second toy box that I was talking to you about, which is actually functional as well. And over here I added this little decal on the wall so that the mom measures the child's height, so that's pretty fun as well. So here's a house on the gallery, as you can see. So we have this little description. As you can see, it's built in the world of Newcrest on the lot Fern Park. So if you're wondering where it goes, this is where you can place it. It is on a 30 by 20 lot, and it comes at a bit over 55,000 simoleons, which is not too bad. I think that's a good amount of money your Sims can work towards, but at the same time, it's not cheap. So this is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this one, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be notified whenever I post a new video, make sure to click the bell icon down below. As always, I'll have my socials linked in the description box down below, and if you want to see your Sims featured in my base game save file, you can upload the households. You can use the hashtag I will have linked in the description box down below as well. Again, thank you so much for being here today with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!